Flopping under Sam Allardyce at Everton to becoming a Ballon d'Or nominee and scoring the first hat-trick in a European final since 1975. Ademola Lookman has had some career path, highs, lows, but at 27 years of age he's finally achieving the enormous potential he showcased in his time early in his career at Charlton Athletic. So let's take a look at his journey in football so far. How his move to Gasperini's Italy has skyrocketed his career, how good of a footballer he actually is, and whether or not he should make a move to a big European club. Let's go. Nigerian forward made his debut, what seems like a long time ago, on the 3rd of November in 2015 against MK Dons in a 1-0 loss. He went on to make 49 appearances for Charlton Athletic, scoring 12 goals and contributing 3 assists before making an early move in January of 2017 to the Blue region of Merseyside. He then went on to make his Premier League debut at 19 years of age in a 4-0 historic win against Pep Guardiola's Manchester City at Goodison Park. However, despite his clear and obvious talents, things didn't work out for him at the Toffees. Some Everton fans put it down to his attitude, but sometimes fans can lazily draw conclusions and mislead themselves whilst knowing very little in context. So he moved to the rising German force, RB Leipzig, on loan, where he impressed, making 11 appearances and achieving 8 goal contributions in the short amount of time he had in Germany. He then had another underwhelming season at Everton despite his successful loan spell. So then, the season after, in 2019, he made a permanent switch to Leipzig for a sizable 18 million fee, where he hardly played and struggled to make the same mark in the Bundesliga as he did on loan in 2018. So things weren't quite working out for Ademola. He wasn't on the right tracks that his potential and talent had promised. So he came back to England twice with loan moves to Fulham and Leicester City. Fulham were relegated that season, but Lookman did contribute 4 goals and 4 assists, was just very inconsistent like the team. Whilst at Leicester, he had a good loan spell. He had 14 goal contributions, whilst Brendan Rodgers a lot of the time forced him out on the right out position to accommodate to Harvey Barnes playing on the left. But his talent was clear. Leicester wanted him on a permanent deal, but the FFP crisis meant they couldn't afford his talents on a permanent basis. So that's where Atalanta swooped in and took his services for around 10 million. It's important to note that when Atalanta bring a player in, they are very careful. They scout their players very accordingly, ensuring they really get the right profile into the team, and Lookman was just that. 15 goals and 6 assists in his first season, 17 goals and 9 assists in his second season, and so far this season, 11 goals and 5 assists already. He's on track to obliterate his 11 goals in the league last season, as he's just 3 goals away already. And it's not like his time in Italy he's just scoring against lower based opposition. He iconically hit 3 past what was the unbeaten Bayer Leverkusen in a Europa League final, a brace against Napoli in their own ground, a brace against Juventus in their own ground, a brace against AC Milan, and goals against Marseille in the Europa semi-finals, Sporting, Frankfurt, Real Madrid, and plenty more. He's simply becoming, and might already be, an X-Factor player. You can't put it all down to Gasperini, but no other manager has unleashed and maximised his talents like he has. Lookman operates on the left of Atalanta's attacking duo/trio, however you want to look at it. Often he's next to Retorgi and Charlie de Ketelaar or Mario Palasic. But Lookman's role consists of running across his man in the final third, either dribbling with it or receiving the pass from a run he makes. He also drops in deep in an attempt to receive it, turn, and either carry it forwards, intensely consuming players in with his dribbling and close ball control, or pass it on to a wide player, allowing him to drive forward with a run beyond the defenders. He often plays on the shoulders of defenders, and when the ball is circulating towards the left flank, he will drift out to that side in Atalanta's attempts to completely overload the wide spaces and suffocate the opposition with constant movements and numbers in combination play down that side, making it very difficult for teams to actually contain. Furthermore, Belgian forward Charles de Ketelaar has the freedom to drift, so wherever the ball is moving, he moves over. Off the ball, Lookman is proficient in both areas and pressing intensely right down the defender's neck, or standing off more deeper and looking to stay compact and limit passing space into the midfield options. He's also very focused when a high turnover occurs. He's right away making a run. On the ball, his abilities have just shot right up, rapidly. Where do we even start? Lookman's dribbling has always been a dangerous asset, but not this dangerous. He's so intense, his close ball control and quick feet make it so difficult to stop him, and he turns his body and frame so quick that it looks like he's moving on 2x speed. When 1v1 with his fullback / defender, he uses stepovers a lot. If he's cutting inside onto his right foot, then he uses stepovers, sometimes body feints, and shifts his body to the left before manoeuvring his frame swiftly and intensely onto his right foot, where he may commonly cross or shoot. But he can do this on either side, as his left foot is pretty impressive too. So overall, a neat and superb ball striker, and makes the full use of his swift and silky skill set. Further meaning, as well as cutting inside and causing mayhem, he can run it to the byline, giving him a flexible and unpredictable approach when he receives the ball out wide. If he's 1v1 with his fullback and the ball's in the air, he often dinks it just beyond the defender into the final third, making it very difficult for the defender to actually stop him, as they'll be running the opposite way, off balance and unable to turn quick enough, and you'll have a very tough time stopping him when you combine his speed too. A direct but efficient approach for him to unlock in a game, particularly when in space on the counter-attack. A more surprising feature to his game is how good he is creatively. His crossing from his right foot is top. He can angle it well and puts the right amount of lift, power, precision, direction, weight, all for a striker to head home. When using his left foot to cross, he mostly places it low and hard along the ground for the attacker in the box to tap it in. But crossing isn't his only source of creation. He specialises in link-up play pretty well. When he receives the ball, he opens his body up ready to rotate his body, but receives it with the side of his boot, turns quick and overall combines well with attackers close by. He can pass and go, but also find runners such as wing-backs nicely too, whilst the ball is glued to his feet when opponents try and take it away. He's simply relentless and a premium level player. But sometimes for a player, it's all good having the ability to beat a man, having all the ability with the ball, but it's what happens next what matters. A lot of wingers in football lack in this department, famously Adama Traore, someone who was a monster physically and pace, but when it came to the final third, he was incredibly wasteful. But that isn't the case for Ademola Lookman, as you could probably guess by his goal record in Italy. His finishing has gone up so many levels since his time in England, along with his decision making, which is important. A player can be a nice finisher, but if his decision making is lacking, then his record in front of goal becomes very inconsistent, and frankly very frustrating for his team and supporters. What's so remarkable about Lookman in front of goal is how prolific he is from any angle, space and side of the penalty area he's shooting from. He's dangerous wherever he is. He can hit it high in the roof of the net away from the goalkeeper, he can hit it low into the corner under the keeper, and also from distance. He even comes up with goals and assists with his head in the penalty box, despite his 5'9" size. He manages to direct shots from very crowded angles where defenders are with him and closing him down. His goal against Real Madrid perfectly exemplifies this. Also shows how much he loves that near post finish. Truly Mbappe-esque. The only criticism I have for his game is sometimes he can hold onto the ball for a little bit too long. Sometimes he keeps it long enough and makes up with a goal, which is fair enough, but frequently it allows the team to get numbers back and slightly kills the move for Atalanta a bit. But to conclude, Lookman is a phenomenal player. Silky, electric, confident, swift, skillful, smooth, underrated and oozing class, while simply looking a level above and a speed above others on the pitch. A super technical player whose dribbling style and manipulation of his body is similar to Eden Hazard in his prime, with the intensity of Kylian Mbappe. In regards to other European clubs chasing his signature, PSG would be an easy no for me. What clubs would he suit? Arsenal and a team of the style of Liverpool for me. But I would be a huge advocate for him to see out his time at Atalanta under a top coach, continue to win trophies for a club and fan base that would be universally more grateful and more fulfilling, as I think history and football would reflect on players more kindly when they achieve the unthinkable and unlikely with the clubs that aren't of a huge status. Jamie Vardy at Leicester City, for example, Alan Shearer, Francesco Totti at Roma. They all stayed when they could have moved for more money and bigger clubs, but instead stuck to their loyalties. So what do you think of Ademola Lookman? What level is he currently at? Is he world class? Is he just below that? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you for watching this video. If you did enjoy, make sure to smash a like and subscribe to the channel. Feel free to check out any other videos that I do if you fancy, and I'll see you guys next time.